As you probably know, I'm kind of a fan of character action games, and when I heard Scarlet Nexus was being made, I definitely was interested. And from what I saw from the reveal trailer, it did look pretty sick, and from the demo that came out recently, I definitely can confirm it does feel pretty fun to play. And with this video, I kinda just want to talk about my thoughts and what I found pretty cool. And also keep in mind, I haven't seen any other trailer for the game, because I do believe there are at least like 2 or 3 more of them. So my thoughts will mostly just be on the game, because again, I don't really want to like talk about story predictions, because again, I haven't seen the other trailers. But starting off with the gameplay, it is pretty fun, and I can tell that it's shaping up to hopefully have the same amount of depth as some of Platinum Games and even Capcom's titles. And I thought the 4 different abilities for each of the 2 protagonists were pretty fun, and I like how easy it is to swap on the fly. For Yuto, his SAS abilities are pyrokinesis, which adds a flame effect to his attacks, teleportation, which lets you teleport enemies, and I think it lets you just move slightly faster with a dodge, if I remember correctly. And I think this does kind of work like Forge's teleportation in Devil May Cry. He also has Kyrokinesis, which lets you take less damage from enemies, and Clairvoyance, which lets you see certain enemies. He also fights a lot more in close combat, which I guess if you like that kind of stuff, you can just play his campaign first. And then we also have Kanase, which she can use Electrokinesis, which adds a electric effect to her attacks, Hypervelocity, which lets you slow down time and you move a lot faster, Invisibility, which of course makes you invisible, and Duplication, which makes you throw 2 objects instead of 1. I really did like this just because you have 2 drastically different playstyles and abilities to match, so each of the campaigns feel really unique in that aspect. I also did like playing through both of them, and I feel like each of the characters are just again really fun to play, but I did enjoy Kanase a little bit more, and that's mostly just because stuff like Duplication can do slightly more damage, and I again really did like that. But I also do think Yuto can recharge his Psychokinesis power a little bit faster, because I think his attack speed is a little bit faster, and if I'm wrong, I think it just might be his special attack, which I think on PlayStation is triangle. Another thing I thought was really cool is that you can use debris in the area to combo the enemy. It does use your Psychokinesis energy, but you can just recharge that by attacking normally, which is nice. I also did notice the bosses can actually have special debris in the area, which if you do them, you can actually get some massive damage, and there are also inputs you can do with them, which of course make you have more damage. I think this applies to certain areas a lot more in the other maps, but again, this is mostly common in the boss area. And even though I'm not really good at it, I can imagine if you get the timing down with all the debris and stuff, you actually can just be really cool and just would feel extremely satisfying. I also do like how there are enemies that take advantage of certain abilities, like for example, the bosses in each scenario make use of the elemental abilities each character has, like, you know, electricity and fire, and some other enemies take advantage of the other abilities, like from what I know is Clairvoyance and Hypervelocity were used. And overall, the gameplay just feels super polished. And again, all the stuff I like, just the flashiness, you having to consider the whole arena just in case you want to get more damage, and other factors like the ability is just really cool. And I've been playing this on the PS4, and that looks really nice. And I do know that the PS5 and the other next-gen consoles and PC would look a whole lot better, but I don't think you would be missing a whole lot by playing on the last-gen consoles. And yes, again, the game looks great, and I do love the music. Both kind of remind me of Astral Chain, even though that this game isn't really a cyberpunk-style game. I don't 100% know what resolution and whatnot the PS4 version runs at, but I do believe that the next-gen consoles do run at a max of 2160p, which I would imagine, again, would make these games pop a whole lot more. And even with the Series S, I've heard that it only runs at 1440p, but considering the fact that that's the budget Xbox, I think that kind of makes sense. You also do have all the nice perks of being on next gen, like having better loading times and whatever else. And I know that all of this stuff does apply to PC, so if you really want the best experience, you might just go with that if you have it. And at most right now, again, I'm just really pleased with the gameplay and everything else with the demo so far, and I'm still looking forward to the full release whenever I do decide to pick it up. At most, I do wish that you could be able to swap out different abilities, so maybe you can get extra party members other than the ones you have right now. If not, I'm hoping that you can at least play as the other characters to help add variety in each of the missions. I did notice that you can swap your party around and equip new stuff, so at least there might be some variety in the missions, if not what I mentioned. I also do kind of hope that you can learn new like button combinations, since the ones in the game, I believe all you can really do is hit the normal attack button like 3 times and just hit the special attack button and then do the ability. So I kind of hope again with the skill tree that's in the game, you can just learn again new button combinations to again help the game feel a lot more fresh. I also do hope that the levels do at least take advantage of your abilities, like again, what I said before with the invisibility for Kanase, where she can use it to quickly run from enemies to get to the next objective faster without fighting. I also do want to hear what you guys thought of the demo and if you guys are hyped for the game's release. Let me know in the comments below, along with what version you guys are picking up. Thank you all for watching and see you guys later.